continuous motion Skagit casting out and around Edward style. I think I'm getting it fairly figured out. I've been trying for like 10 or 12 years. I was a reasonable Skagit caster. Then I kept thinking there was more to it than I really understood. There's one camp that says that Skagit casting is like regular spey casting, and that is true. And then there's the other group that says it's that you're loading your rod and keeping it loaded throughout the cast, and it's a different style of spey casting. And there's a little bit truth to that, except the rod does not stay continuously loaded. I'm not doing it sidearm. I'm doing it overhand, out, around, over the top. I know more and more and more about it the more I mess with it, and because I never gave up on trying to figure out if there was something I didn't know, because as the saying goes, you don't know what you don't know. And there was, with a little bit of an open mind, I at least developed a new wrinkle in what I believe is honest to goodness Edward Skagit casting. Okay, I'm gonna start with my rod tip down near the water, and I'm gonna peel. But when I peel, I'm not gonna try to go real flat. I'm gonna peel and get some tension in that rod and peel up at an angle, and then, but I'm not gonna try to kill it. I'm gonna go smooth. I'm gonna start my peel immediately out and around. Right when my rod moves across, I want the line to be peeling, and that's one of the things that Ed has commented on before. I'm gonna peel out and around, but a little more up and smooth, and you can do it really fairly nice and slow, because by the time you come up and then you go here and then you come back here, you have a little more room to peel with, as opposed to peeling to here and then drifting and casting. I peel out, around. I can take more time in that peel because I don't have to hurry as much. Start low, out, round, and all the way over the top. Now I'm gonna show it to you on the water while I have a little light. See how much more over the top that was? Now I try to keep my wrist level, out and around, and I don't try to drift up. If I go all the way around like this, I can do it in more or less a continuous motion, but the rod does straighten out. I can also peel pretty fast, pretty powerful. Now I'm rotating between blowing anchors and having too much stick. Okay, that time I got a hold of it because I swept a little higher. I didn't wait. I did a continuous motion cast without rushing it. Okay, that time I got a hold of one. Because I got the right peel with the right sweep angle, with the right continuous motion, casting immediately, not pausing. Is there some magic to it? For a lot of the time, no. But for me, this was the trick that helped me go from okay with bigger flies to hitting the sweet spot more effortlessly with bigger flies. That's where this helped me. Instead of having to muscle them, if I hit it right, all the same principles I've always shared still apply. But this one little new wrinkle, and still aiming for that sweet spot, this has helped me casting and fishing bigger flies. If you watch this on tape, sometimes it'll look like when you go out around from here, okay, wrist stays level, to here, to go up and out and around, or to go up and over the top. It looks like this move sometimes is creep, but it's not creep, okay? You go from sweep to over the top preparation and then cast. But there is no creep when you do it correctly. I don't want anybody to think that this is some magic thing that you have to hit and that it's complicated. It was for me because it just was. I was trying to read more into it than it was, but I feel like that I'm figuring this part out for my casting, and the fact that it's going to give me a more aligned forward cast is going to help all of my casting. And when I say all my casting, I mostly mean long belly casting, because that's the toughest. I'm going to switch over to Scandi style, waterborne, modern spey casting, modern Scandinavian casting. See if I can remind myself to use my bottom hand.
What I really meant was I was going to drift up before the forward cast, lay my rod back a little. That reminds me to cast with my bottom hand.
Better. I'm going to try more over the top. Boom! Okay, so this is good. This is working fine. I'm better at it than the Skagit kind, but when it comes to the bigger flies, more sockier flies, the other way does work pretty darn good. And if you're gonna choose a style and it's gonna be Skagit style, don't mix up your Skagit. Don't mix up your styles. You can take little parts of each style, but don't switch from Skagit to underhand, but implement your underhand in your Skagit, and then long belly. I just pick one. Don't be like me, then you won't be great at any of them, because I'm hitting it a lot harder too. Okay. That about took my ear off. Okay, I got a hold of that, but it was mostly top hand. I didn't use both hands. I didn't initiate my forward cast with my bottom hand, but I did hit the sweet spot. I'm gonna go do it as smooth as I can. I'm not gonna put any power into it. I'm gonna go for all smooth. Better. There, I watched my anchor and paid attention, and then things worked out for me. Good one to end on. Need a couple hours to really get it banged out, but now that my fly's not fouled, let's see how the casting goes. So I was thinking, man, this thing is sure hard to pull through the water. Ding dong. Oh, okay. Okay. Better.